Hi children, I am Prabhakar, Vice Principal and Social Studies faculty working for Sri Chaitanya Techno Schools. Today's topic is climate. Climate is very important topic not only for competitive examination, for conventional examination as well as competitive examination. Generally, it is very important for conventional examination for all board examinations, call it AP State Board, Telangana State, CBSE, ICSE, for all topics, for all areas, this is very important concept for conventional examination. Whereas competitive examination, this is a very important concept covering almost all important concepts that are directly dealing with the people. Here, before discussing that point, let us discuss about basic elements of environment. We can see here three basic elements that determine life and living conditions of the people. They are one, landforms, drainage, climate. Landforms, various landforms we can see here. That is, one side plains, plateaus, in the same way desert, all areas we can see here. Next one, drainage, flow, rivers. Rivers determine life and living conditions of any area. That one thing. Climate. Climate is a very important concept whenever we discuss economic development, socio-economic development of any region. So climate plays very important role in determining life and living conditions of people as well as social development. Here, in general, most of the people, they see both the things as synonymous words, that is weather and climate, but they are totally different. Weather, the state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time, and repeat, the state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time. This is weather, that is state of all these elements for a shorter period of time. That what we call weather. Climate, sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time. That is, average conditions of all these things for a longer period of time, that what we call 30 to 35 years. That is called climate. So, weather and climate, they are totally different terms. Let us discuss about elements of weather and climate. Here, these are the elements, call it sunshine, temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind and air current, humidity, precipitation. These all elements, they determine state of weather as well as climate. State as well as average conditions are being determined by these elements, call it sunshine. Rays that what we get from sun, that is the sunshine that determines. Basing on sunshine, we are getting temperature, that is degree of heat or coldness, that what we call temperature. Next, atmospheric pressure. We can see here, air exerts pressure over any area depending upon temperature. Certain area, whenever we see more temperature, surface gets heated. Air near to the surface gets heated, raises to higher altitude, leaving low atmospheric pressure. Low atmospheric pressure. Whenever surface gets cooled, air comes close to surface, then molecules present in atmosphere, they come very close, giving high pressure over that particular area. So, low pressure as well as high pressure, they determine condition of that particular area. Next, wind and air current. Here, air has two motions. One, horizontal movement. Two, vertical movement. Wind blows from one area to another area horizontally. That horizontal movement we call wind. Air has two movements, vertical movements, one upward movement, downward movement. Upward movement we call ascending air current, downward movement of air we call descending air current. So wind and air current, they determine weather condition of any area. In the same way, humidity, presence of water content in any area, particularly atmosphere, we call humidity. Whenever we get a temperature, as the result of temperature, all water bodies present here are getting evaporated. Then water reaches to the atmosphere, then presence of water in atmosphere in invisible form we call humidity. Next, precipitation. Deposition of water on surface we call precipitation. Water can be deposited in any form, maybe rainfall, fog, snow, hail, in any form. That what we call precipitation. These six elements of these things are same for weather and climate. Now we are going to discuss about seasons. On the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric conditions, we can divide year into 4 seasons. They are winter, summer, 2 rainy seasons. See here, winter season that lasts from December to March. Summer season that is in between March to June, followed by rainy season. First rainy season we call southwest monsoon season, that is in between June to September. Second rainy season, retreating monsoon season, that is in between September to December. Like this, we can divide year into 4 seasons. 1, winter season, summer season, southwest monsoon season, retreating monsoon seasons, or northeast monsoon seasons. So, in this aspect, we need to remember one important concept, that is different types of maps. We prepare maps for various purposes. Here, basing on climate, for climate purpose, we prepare one map. Maps prepared basing on temperature and precipitation we call climograph or climatic map. Climograph, maps prepared basing on monthly temperature and precipitation. Basing on temperature and precipitation, we prepare map. That special map we call climatograph or climograph. So that is climograph. Let us discuss about climatic zones. As we discussed, climate is different. Basing on climatic conditions, basing on average conditions of all these things, taking 30-35 years conditions into account, we divide total world into various zones. For various purposes, various zones they divided. One amongst such division is 12 divisions group. Here, basing on climate, from this point of view, world is divided into 12 climatic zones. They are tropical wet and dry, semi-arid, desert, Mediterranean, marine west coast, humid subtropical, humid continental, subarctic, tundra, ice caps, and highlands. Like this, we can divide world into 12 climatic zones. In the similar manner, whenever we come back, basing on general conditions of year can be divided into 4 zones, 4 seasons, that what we call. 1, winter season, summer season, southwest monsoons, retreating monsoon, or northeast monsoons. So like this, once we are clear about weather and climate, then we can understand concept clearly. Now we are going to discuss about seasons. Word monsoon is derived from an Arabic word mausim, that is seasonal reversal in the wind direction during a year. That is, another definition for this, rhythm of seasons and changes that occur in the direction of the wind. As wind advances, certain changes are happening. As wind is reversing, some other changes are happening. These all things are happening basing on movement of wind. Generally, as far as India is concerned, wind blows from Indian Ocean to Indian subcontinent, then Indian subcontinent to Indian Ocean. So, wind advances towards Indian subcontinent, then reverses from Indian subcontinent. Like this, wind advances, wind retreats. Advance and retreat we call monsoon. So, let us see here, whenever we see large landmass one side, large water mass another side. Because of the presence of large landmass and large water mass side by side, wind blows for about 6 months from water mass to land mass. Then again, that moves back for about 6 months from land mass to water mass. That movement we can see here as far as this monsoon is concerned. In similar manner, we can see here rivers. In previous slide, we have seen advance of winds from water to land mass. Now we are seeing reverse of wind from land mass to water mass. Like this, for about 6 months, wind blows towards land mass, then wind retreats from land mass for about 6 months. That situation we can see in monsoon. Here, these monsoons prevail in South and Southeast Asia, particularly in between 20 degrees north latitude to 20 degrees south latitude. Because of special geographical conditions, we can see prevailing these monsoons in between 20 degrees north to 20 degrees south in both the hemispheres. That is the situation regarding this. Similar manner regarding temperature and precipitation. All the regions we may not see same amount of temperature, same amount of precipitation. Temperature varies from area to area basing on local conditions. Similar manner, precipitation also varies from area to area depending upon many more factors. See here, temperature whenever we see during summer daytime, temperature ranges from 50 degrees to 20 degrees Celsius. In one region, Rajasthan, western part of Rajasthan, we can see crossing 50 degrees Celsius during day temperature, summer day temperature. Summer day temperature that may be around 20 degrees in Pahalgam region. Pahalgam region we can see it around 20 degrees. Similar manner, during winter nighttime temperature whenever we see, that also varies from area to area. See here, minus 45 degrees we can see in Dras sector in Jammu and Kashmir. Similar manner, 22 degrees Celsius we can see in Thiruvananthapuram. Here, Thiruvananthapuram, because of the presence of oceanic water around, we can see here moderate temperature. That what we call equable climate. Similar manner, coldest months and hottest months in India, whenever we see, December and January, they are coldest months. Same manner, hottest months, that also varies from area to area. See here, west part and south part, whenever we see, April is the hottest month. That is, western part of India, southern part of India, hottest month April. North part, whenever we see, May is the hottest month. So, that type of situations, that type of conditions are prevailing as far as temperature is concerned. Now coming to precipitation. Before discussing precipitation, we can see here certain areas less contrast, some other areas more contrast we can see here. Mainly, wherever we see areas situated in interior places, There we can see more contrast, more differences between height, maximum temperature and minimum temperature. We can see more difference in between maximum temperature and minimum temperature wherever we see areas situated in interior places. That what we call continental climate. So climatic extremes we can see in continental areas. Continental areas, people experience extreme climate. Similar manner, we can see in some other areas less contrast. For example, coastal areas. Coastal areas, we can see they are situated very close to sea. As they are situated very close to sea, because of the proximity of sea or ocean, we can see moderate temperature. So, moderate temperature or equable climate is prevailing in coastal areas. So, not so high, not so low, moderate temperature is prevailing in coastal areas. So, extreme climate is prevailing in continental areas, particularly interior places, that what we call continental climate. Next, moderate climate or equable climate is prevailing in coastal areas. Now coming to precipitation. Precipitation also varies from area to area depending upon local conditions. See here, rainfall generally that ranges from 10 centimeters to 400 centimeters. That ranges, call it western part of Rajasthan, we can see very low rainfall because most of the areas are situated in leeward side of Aravalli mountains. As they are situated at leeward direction of Aravalli mountains, no chance of getting rainfall certain areas. So we can see getting rainfall at around 10 centimeters in western Rajasthan. Whereas Meghalaya, in all these areas we can see because of the presence of Khasi, Garo hills, we can see here these areas, particularly Meghalaya, is getting more and more rainfall, that is around 400 centimeters average rainfall. So that type of situation we can see. So in rainfall distribution we can see one trend, that is here whenever we see interior places we can see one situation, call it south part, from two coasts. See here east coast and west coast, whenever we come from coast to interior, rainfall is gradually decreasing. Repeating, rainfall is gradually decreasing in peninsular region whenever we come from coast to interiors. Whenever we see north part, particularly interior places, here rainfall, particularly Gangetic plain, from eastmost part to westmost part, rainfall declines sharply. Sharp decline we can see here from east to west, even though places are situated at the same latitude. All places are situated on same latitude, but we can see here much more variation from eastmost part to westmost part. Eastmost part we can see more than 400 centimeters many more areas are receiving, whereas western part we can see lowest rainfall, that is around 10 centimeters we can see here. That type of variation, that much variation we can see here in distribution of rainfall. Now we are discussing about one climatic controls. Let us see climatic controls. Here Indian climate is being determined by certain factors. All the factors that determine climate of India are called climatic controls. See here, there are of 6 types. 1. Latitude, altitude, pressure belt and wind system, distance from the sea, ocean currents, relief feature. These all 6 are determining, they are deciding Indian climate. Let us see in detail. Latitude. Whenever we see latitude, see here, equator. At equator, rays far more vertical. Then we can see more temperature at equator. As we move from equator to north pole or south pole, rays fall slanting. Then we can see here temperature is decreasing gradually. That is, 0 degrees we can see high temperature, 90 degrees north or south we can see low temperature. So as latitude increases, temperature gradually decreases. So lower latitudes more temperature, higher latitudes low temperature we can see here. So latitude influences climate of any region. Next, altitude, particularly atmospheric density. Lower altitude, lower areas, so we can see air with more density. Whenever we see more density air, then we can see more temperature. As we raise to higher altitude, we can see here atmospheric temperature decreases gradually at the rate of 6 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters of ascent. That what we call normal lapse rate. Normal lapse rate, decreasing atmospheric temperature at the rate of 6 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters of ascent. So like this, altitude, height of the region influences the temperature. Next, pressure belt and wind system. Here, pressure belt, already we discussed. Two pressure areas we can see, high pressure and low pressure. In the same way, wind system we can see here. Throughout the globe, whenever we see prevailing pattern of alternate low and high pressure areas, we can see here. That what we call pressure belt. 7 pressure belt we can see here. These pressure belts as well as wind system, they influence climate of our country. Here, next concept, distance from the sea. Areas situated very close to sea, there we can see effect of sea or ocean. That is, during daytime, coastal areas are getting cool breezes from sea. So, we do not see more temperature at coastal region during daytime. In a similar manner during night time, areas situated very close to sea, they are getting temperature from sea because seas are acting as heat banks. They are transmitting temperature from sea to land mass during daytime, night time. So with this, during daytime, as areas are getting cool sea breezes, we do see moderate temperature. During night time, areas situated at coastal areas are getting temperature from sea or ocean. So with this, we do not see very low temperature during night time. So equable climate or maritime climate we can see here. Next here, areas situated in interior places we can see continental climate. In a similar manner, ocean currents, 2 ocean currents we can see here, cold ocean currents and warm ocean currents. In general, by and large, whenever we see warm ocean currents originate at equatorial region, they blow towards polar region. They originate at equatorial region, they move towards polar regions, warm ocean current. Similar manner, cold ocean currents originate at the polar region, they move towards equatorial region. There is a basic thing. Whenever these warm ocean currents as well as cool ocean currents, they move towards one particular area or they pass through certain areas, they influence temperature of that particular areas situated adjacent to that area. Like this, ocean currents influence. Next, relief feature, call it certain areas we can see high altitudinal regions, call it mountainous regions. These mountainous regions in most of the cases, they are acting as barriers. They are acting as barriers. They protect areas from cold winds that are coming from southern areas. Sometimes they are protecting areas from hot winds that are blowing from some other area. Like this, they are acting as a barrier, natural barrier, particularly mountainous regions. Similar manner, they cause rainfall. Most of the cases, most of the parts of the world, mountains are responsible for causing rainfall. So like this is all 6 factors we can see here. These 6 factors we call climatic controls. Now, let us discuss about jet streams. Definition: narrow belt of high altitudinal westerly winds in the troposphere at around 12,000 meters altitude in between 27 to 30 degrees latitude, blowing with velocity 110 kilometers during summer per hour, 184 kilometers per hour during winter season. These winds are called jet streams. In the same way, we need to discuss about intertropical convergence zone. That is, area, particularly north side winds are coming towards the south. From south, winds are blowing towards the north. Both the winds are confluencing at equator. The place at where these winds are confluencing is called intertropical convergence zone. We can see this at around 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south latitude. That also influences. In the same way, tropical cyclone we can see in between October and November. In the same way, Indian climate is influenced by western disturbances, that what we discussed. Another important concept, El Nino, La Nina. Two important concepts to remember, El Nino, La Nina. See here, mainly, we can see here one southern oscillation, that is atmospheric pressure, that is warm phase of oceanic water oscillates at some spot, particularly in between 120 degrees west to 180 degrees. This is international date line. In between 120 degrees west and 180 degrees, that moves warm water, warm phase of water, oceanic water, particularly Pacific oceanic water, moves in between. See here, whenever we see South America, Australia. See here, Australia, see this is a Tahiti. In between Tahiti, see here Darwin and Tahiti. In between, oceanic water moves. So that oscillates. That oscillates. In this oscillation, the difference in pressure over Tahiti and Darwin is computed to predict the intensity of Indian monsoon. Not only Indian monsoon, for all monsoons, intensity is computed basing on degree of difference between Tahiti, that is situated in Pacific Ocean, Darwin, that is situated at north part of Australia. See here, if the pressure difference is negative, we can see here rainfall is below average or late monsoons. In the similar manner, if it is positive, we can see more rainfall. So that type of situation we can see basing on El Nino and La Nina. See here, La Nina is opposite to El Nino. So there is a whole phase of Pacific oceanic water. So in the similar manner, ENSO, see here, El Nino southern oscillation is associated with this climatic division, so we call ENSO.